Hey, so are we having the podcast right now then?
Sure, why not?
Okay,
This is our milestone. This is our 100th podcast.
Pretty much.
It's a big anniversary for us. And the reason why did we pull out this equipment and start doing this? Anybody want to explain this?
I think Jeff should. It's probably his...
Okay.
No, Jeff will explain it like it makes sense. So somebody should explain it with the objectivity that Jeff completely started talking out of his ass and then got called on it.
Okay. Well, I guess.
Well, first off, let's say that Bernie is right. This may not be our 100th podcast, but this is, God, I don't know, like our 10th or 11th or something. We've been doing test podcasts now, and I guess we're going to post this one. Is this actually going to be a podcast people listen to?
Probably. Yeah,
Well,
probably.
we'll post it. We'll see if people listen to it. That comes later.
I don't think we call it a podcast where all we really do is break out our commentary microphones and just talking to those.
It's our non-DVD commentary.
Yeah, we had so much fun doing the reconstruction commentary. We decided to just continue going. Why not?
That was a fun commentary.
Plus, Nathan and Matt are working out in the front room, and if they don't think we're making content, they put us to work on something.
Working. I saw Matt was watching Europe covers on
You
YouTube.
got that from me. I apologize.
Yeah, Matt is like 4 years behind on every meme on the internet.
I think so, yeah.
So what happened was there was a contest on Achievement Hunter, right? And the contest was specifically Knuckles was going to try to get as many points as he could in a week. And you correct me if I'm wrong here.
No, I think that's right. And he won that contest.
And he won the contest. Knuckles won the contest.
It was him and like 20 other dudes from the site.
How many points did he end up getting? Do you know?
This is critical.
I'm not sure the exact number off the top of my head, but I think it was around 4,000.
I want to say it was like 4,400 or something.
4,400 in like 10 days.
Knowing Knuckles, it was probably like 4,444 or something.
That's a lot of points. That's pretty impressive.
That's nothing.
That is like 4.5 complete retail games.
In like a week and a half.
Let's break this down then. So Jeff says in response to this, he's very unimpressed by that. And I said that this is the number that won the contest. And I said, that's actually, it seems like a decent amount of points to me. Jeff says, I could score probably 10,000 points in a week. And so I absolutely...
No, I think Jeff's exact words were, I could do 10,000 points in a week, no problem.
No problem. I can. I don't know why. You guys are such fucking disbelievers.
So then, after saying that, Bernie said he would bet Jeff that Jeff could not do that.
Yes.
And
we escalated quickly.
Yeah, then it quickly escalated from there, and then money was involved almost immediately. I don't know. This is some kind of complicated system. How's this working?
So here's what I proposed.
Okay.
I said, I made the comment, I kind of talked out of my ass and said, I'll bet you $1,000 you can't do 10,000 points in 7 days.
Yeah.
Or in a week. And Jeff said, I absolutely can. So we came up with a system where we're not going to bet that Jeff, between what are the dates?
We're going to go from December 26th, the day after Christmas, to December 31st, New Year's Eve. 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. I guess the 1st, actually. 26th to the 1st.
To the 1st.
So 7 days.
So you're going to miss New Year's for this?
No, I'll be done well before New Year's.
Will you?
That's the kind of arrogance I love.
So the deal is now, for those 7 days, Jeff has to increase his gamer score by 10,000 points.
Yes.
And I will pay him $1 for every point that he scores over 9,000.
Yes.
So if he scores up to 10,000.
Yeah, there is a cap.
There is a cap.
You capped it because you know I'd send you to the fucking poorhouse.
I can't wait. I relish the opportunity to be sent to the poorhouse on this.
Oh, what's the flip side here?
The flip side is that he has to pay me $1 for every point under 9,000. No cap on that. No.
Under 10,000.
Under 9,000.
Under 9,000.
Under 9,000. Oh, wow.
There should definitely be a cap. If you get capped at 1,000, I should get capped at 8,000. Not that it matters because I'm going to win. And I'm going to get the full 10,000, but still.
So actually, I start paying him over 9,000. So it's like that's where really the bet is. But the bet is the bet is $1,000 bet that if he makes it to 10,000 points, I got to pay him $1,000. And if every point that he just completely misses the mark by more than 10%, he gets under 9,000 points, he owes me. I'm looking at you, sir. You owe me $1 a point down to 8,000 points.
Right.
So if you get what I'm projecting will be about 6,500 points, then I still only make $1,000.
Now here's the deal.
What should we talk about? I mean, I don't think y'all have talked about this yet, but what about extenuating circumstances like red rings or Xbox Live outages?
I have
an office full of Xboxes.
4 Xbox 360s in my house right now.
The reason I bring it up is I don't want it to become an excuse later.
No excuses. I have access. I have 4 at home, and I have access to infinitely more in the office. Achievements can be gotten offline. It would just knock off my live achievements, which would suck. But that'd still be. Or I could come here to do it. I mean, I'm not afraid.
I want to put some stipulations. I want to say you can't get, because you did this in our contest for Call of Duty 4. The last contest with me that you lost.
Okay.
That one that you still haven't paid me on, which we'll get to in a second. But you cannot do these offline. You have to get them online, at least not by design. Okay?
Well, I understand what you're saying there. Not by design, and I'm fine with that. But I think the way we should make sure that this doesn't happen is we will, at an agreed upon time on the 26th, because it'll be the day after Christmas. And one of the great things about this is that my wife and daughter are going out of town for a week, so that I'll be at home alone with nothing but my Xboxes and a boring dog. So I got all the time in the world to do this. But let's say at
you don't. Go 7 days.
10 a.m.
Let's be clear.
Yeah, okay, 7 days. 10 a.m. or whatever on the 26th, I will sign on to Xbox Live, and then you can sign on to Xbox Live and verify my score and say,
I'll be there. I'll be there the day after Christmas.
Okay.
I'll abandon my family the way you are.
The clock will tick, and at that moment, and then if I get them offline or whatever, it doesn't really matter because you verified that my actual score on live was whatever it was at that time.
But part of the fun of this is going to be watching you get these points.
Oh, absolutely.
Too.
I'm not going to. Yeah, no.
I'm saying by design. You did that last time.
You and I were doing a race. That was a different tactic I had, and you had a lot of really shitty tactics in that race too, like cheating. But that's a whole other story.
Just wait.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a long week. It's a long 7 days.
No, it's fine.
Fucking house is going to get burnt down this time.
Microsoft Store and then sold it back to GameStop.
Why would you sell a copy of Halo 3?
They probably sold it for more money than...
People have sold it back.
Who the fuck is this?
Well, answer the phone.
Rooster Teeth is Gus speaking. Yes.
Do you want us to leave the room?
Yes.
You know, one of the first steps in making a podcast that you should always do...
Turn the fucking phone off.
It's a fan. We're doing our podcast right now.
Put him up to the thing.
Hold on, we're going to put you on speaker. We're going to put you on. How do you turn the speaker on this thing? Speaker. All right, who's this?
This is David Keller.
David Keller. You interrupted our podcast.
Why did you interrupt our podcast, David Keller?
I'm sorry, I didn't know. I'm on my break, and I found the number searching through the internet, and I want to kind of talk to you guys. I'm a big fan. I've owned all the DVDs, watched all the commentary.
This is probably a bad precedent for future podcasts to have people calling in, isn't it?
Fucking internet has our phone number.
All right, well, what can we do for you? Do you have a question as the first caller?
One, me and my friends and my friend's kind of starting his this little skit show. He wants to put it on YouTube or whatever.
We're gonna see.
And I came up with an idea, but I want to get your guys' permission first. I was about using your guys' lines in a kind of like in a restaurant setting, but pretty much like, hey, yeah, you ever wonder why we're here? And it's kind of doing these little clips, just like, oh my god, But it's kind of in a sense, it's like pretty much word for word. I wanted your guys' permission first. I didn't want to just do it and get hit with copyright or something.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what. If you could send that, actually, can you send that to business@roosterteeth.com? I'm yelling because I'm...
Now they know our fucking email address.
Well, that...
Drunk tank for your brain. Roosterteeth gonna sing. Gus Burns ever made me jewel. Better than I love my smoke. They got nothing better to do. From the makers of Red vs. Blue. Sit back and time to unwind. Listen to whatever's on their mind. Talk about moves and games. Brains World of Warcraft shit. So here I'm drawing a blank. So here it is. It's the Drunk Tank.
That's awesome.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Rooster Teeth Podcast. As always, Gus Cirola.
Jeff Ramsey, back from vacation.
Joel Heyman. I feel pressure that we shouldn't suck now after that song.
And I'm Jenny McCarthy.
Well, we just listened to the first fan submission for the podcast theme song. I don't think I'd played it for anyone before right now. Everyone just heard it for the first time.
It's awesome.
Oh, who made that?
Mark, I don't want to say his last name in case he's
What's his username on the site?
Why not? What is he in the witness protection program? Why are people so protective of that?
Mark Gaydosh.
Give his email address.
Gaydosh. He lives in Kenosha, Wisconsin, on Spooner Street. I don't know.
I like the combination of the electronica and the death metal voice podcast.
Anyway, in case you didn't hear, we're having a contest for fans to submit our podcast theme song, and that's the first entry I've played. As we get them, I'm going to be playing a few.
So you play like a different one
in the
every
coming
week?
weeks, yeah, and then we'll see what people's favorites are.
Well, what's the idea behind that? Is that we're going to choose our favorite and then use that on an ongoing basis? Or we just have a different one every week.
Does this mean we have to do more podcasts?
I'd like to
Just
choose
to justify the songs.
I'd like to choose a favorite, but if we keep getting good ones, maybe we'll just keep going indefinitely.
We could have
Oh,
one.
I hope so. I hope we don't ever use the same one.
We could just have one podcast that's all just songs from beginning to end.
That's a good idea.
It's a freebie for us.
Fucking lazy pricks. Did you guys read about the bully who got, or the kid who confronted the bully?
Yo, yeah, I read that.
Did you read the story?
Yeah, it's terrible.
He confronted the bully. I didn't read the story. I kind of just read the headline and the summary, but you can correct me here if I'm wrong, guys. It was a guy who was being bullied, so he confronted the bully and stood up to him, and the bully stabbed him. What?
Well, no, what happened was he confronted the bully, then the bully got mad and told him he was going to stab him tomorrow. Then the next day the bully brought a knife to school and was like, I brought a knife, I'm going to stab you. And then as they were walking home, he took out the knife and stabbed him in the chest.
Did he kill him?
No, he stabbed him in the chest. It punctured his lung. The kid then ran away for like 3/4 of a mile to a friend's house, and the friend's parents took him to the hospital.
Did the bully get suspended?
I think they can't say what's going to happen to him because of
He's
like
underage.
privacy.
Screw
Yeah.
that. Screw that. If you stab somebody, I mean, that's an adult thing to do. You know,
Yeah,
once
you-
you're charged as an adult, you should.
I think they were both 12 years old.
12 years old.
Yeah.
Is it right to call a person? I mean, at that point, he's murderer, right? Like, or you know,
Attempted murderer, right?
I don't think bully applies anymore once you're at that level.
I think the reason the kid stood up to him was the bully was like picking on some other girl. It wasn't the kid wasn't even being picked on.
Oh man!
And so like the kid tried to step in and like tell the bully to stop picking on the girl.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and he got stabbed.
Oh, so he was standing up for a girl and he got stabbed.
I hope
That kid better get a blowjob and a half from that girl.
I don't know, dude.
Seriously.
He sounds kind of dumb.
he better get laid.
Sounds like somebody brought a John Hughes script to a knife fight.
Jesus Christ.
Oh man.
Podcast joke of the year right there.
Yeah, that's definitely in contention.
Woo!